Hey Cedarbrook, Pastor Jonathan here. I am here in Vissak, India with a small contingent from our missions team. And I just wanted to share some important things that you are generously supporting from Maryland. The work that's happening here with our partner church, Anon Church, and Pastor William Carey, the testimonies that are coming out, it's unbelievable how God is working right here across the globe. India is home to over 120,000 unreached people groups. It's one of the highest number of unreached people in the world. It is incredible. And we're here at the valleys. Pardu Valley is home to most of these tribes where they don't have written languages, where they're not even recognized by their own government. So the work of preaching the gospel to unreached people groups, it's happening because of your generosity. We're gonna share some testimonies. You're gonna hear some things about the pastors that we support who are going down to these villages, these remote areas, and preaching God's word. So take a tune and look at that.
Hello, Cedarbrook Church. I'm Pastor William Kerr. Here is the Hepzibah, and happy to see you all. We are praying for you, and we have some mission information we would like to give you. Here we have some few pastors.
So we came to Vishakhapatnam,
Vissak,
Vishakhapatnam. We have some pastors here who are doing the God's ministry in the hill, Aruku Valley, and they go down in the valley, and they do very hard work to preach the gospel to the people of the tribal people. So I want to introduce some of the pastors, where they are doing, in which language they are doing the God's work. Pastor garu, mi peru?
Shyamal Rao.
So Pastor Shyamal Rao, okay? Yakada village?
Velamamadi
is a village in Vishakhapatnam. So Vishakhapatnam nundi enta dooram untadi?
130 kilometers.
130 kilometers from Vishakhapatnam. They will go into the hills, they go down the valley, and they're going to preach the gospel to that village people. Village lo enta mandi untaru?
400 mandi.
Only 400 people is one village. ఏ లాంగ్వేజ్ మాట్లాడతారు? Kuvi is a language they speak. So he saved, he went to that village, he learned the language, and he's preaching the gospel to that people. ఎంతమంది వస్తారు మీ చర్చ్కి?
How many people come to your church?
80 mandi.
80 people are saved through him. He's doing so hard work. He every time travels, sometime by bus, no bus, sometime by cycle, sometime by motorbike. They drench in the rain, they just go walk. Sometimes the wild animals come in the way, they need to escape. Snakes, they need to save from everything.
Very harmful weather.
Weather is very harmful, and he's married, having a wife and 4 children. God bless them. Please pray for Pastor Shyamal Rao. Thank you, Pastor.
He is the one of the coordinator for
this conference. Thank you, Pastor. Meeru, మీ పేరు?
Gasi.
His name is Pastor Gasi.
Nandiguda Gramam.
Nandigudam is a village where he is doing the God's ministry. Okay, మీ భాష?
Kondadura Basa.
Kondadurab is a language. They speak this language. They have a Bible in their language.
New Testament.
New Testament. Only they have New Testament. No Old Testament is translated. So, ఎంతమంది వస్తారండి మీ చర్చ్కి?
మా చర్చిలో 150 మంది.
150 people are saved and added to the church. He baptized them.
ఇదే భాష.
In the same language. ఎంతమంది పిల్లలు?
పిల్లలు 7.
Okay. He's having one wife and 7 children. And God blessed him, but he's doing God's ministry very powerfully. So many times he was sick.
What are the hardest things?
కష్టం ఏంటి?
Difficult things.
ఈ మలేరియా టైఫాయిడ్ వీటికి భరించుకుంటూ అటు సేవ చేయాలి. వాటర్ సరిగా ఉండదు.
So there is no good drinking water. They are lot of time they are affected with the malaria, the mosquito bite, and they don't have a medicine for that. They have a liver infections, jaundice. So they suffer a lot. But this pastor go to the believers and pray for them, and they get healed.
ఎక్కువ అంటే ఇదే అయ్యారు మలేరియా టైఫాయిడ్ జాండీస్ వీటి ద్వారానే.
So if there is a good rains, he will get good harvest. If nothing there is no harvest. So it's a very difficult to sustain his family and sustain his congregation. Sometimes he won't get anything from the church. We are the Cedarbrook supporting and helping them. And, they want every month to support for themselves. They are expecting from us.
But he's very hard-working pastor. He never go back from the church work. If somebody is sick in the church, he just go to them and pray for them, leaving the family.
Lot of challenges.
Sometimes stay in the nights with them.
Christians ఎవరన్నా కొట్టడం కానీ పర్సిక్యూషన్ అలాగే ఉంటుంది.
అట్లా కొద్దిగా ఇబ్బంది అయ్యారు. అంటే అడ్డుపడతారు సువార్త చెప్పవద్దని.
Some of the tribal
people, many people object not to preach the gospel. Some other caste people and persecute them.
ఇప్పటికే మా మీద టార్చర్లో ఉన్నారు.
They have a target on him. They want to
సేవ చేస్తున్నారు.
Stop the ministry. But in spite of everything, God is doing things. They have religious problems like They people, they were RSS people, like anti-Christian groups. In the villages, they have a lot of beliefs. So that's why idol worship, and in spite of all this, God has made him to stand. And ఈ రోజు వాక్యం ఎలా ఉంది?
చాలా బాగుంది.
చెప్పు.
అంటే మేము
Today-
ఎలాగూ బైబిల్ని ధ్యానం చేసుకోవాలి, వాక్యంలో ఎలాగో మేము లోతుగా బలంగా ఉండాలి, కష్టం వచ్చినా నష్టం
Today
వచ్చినా.
they heard from Andrew, and after heard from how to study Bible. And today lesson he was telling, so this is the first time we have heard such a deep truths, and we have never studied like this, and now we understood how to study the Bible. He was telling.
మలోక్ టైగర్ మాకు ఇలాగూ నోట్స్ తయారు చేసి ఇవ్వడం ఇంకా బాగుంది. లెసన్
So also I'm so happy that you have prepared nice notes and given to us. So these notes will help us to teach in our congregation. So he was telling like that. Okay. Then మీ పేరు
పాస్టర్ వి జేమ్స్.
పాస్టర్ జేమ్స్
Pastor James. Wow, very good.
చెప్పండి, మీరు ఏ విలేజ్?
ఆంధ్రవర ఊరు.
ఆండ్రవర్ ఈజ్ అ విలేజ్ నేమ్ ఫ్రమ్ విశాఖపట్నం. మీరు ఎలాగా అంటే మీరు ఎంతమంది వస్తారు మీ చర్చ్కి?
60 మంది వస్తారు.
60 people come to his church. అండ్ మీకు ఏమైనా సమస్యలు చర్చిలో?
మా ఊరు నుంచి ఒక సాటర్డే ఒక సండే 40 కిలోమీటర్ నడిచి వెళ్తాం.
So every Saturday he walk 40 miles and go to the other village to preach the gospel on Sunday. He go on Saturday 40 miles walking, he stay the night, Sunday morning he get up and preach the gospel to the church, to the village people. Then he come by walk on 40 miles.
Sometimes you can't get any money to go to the villages, even by bus or cycle. No travel, no money for travel. And also he was telling, we have places, but we don't have a church building, small church building. And also we need some instruments in our churches, like a small drum sets, very drum sets ఇంకా.
ఒక వారం అయితే 2 రూపాయలు పట్టుకుని సేవకి వెళ్ళాను సార్.
So one day he went with 50 cents. 50 cents is the biggest offering for him.
ఆ వారం కొన్ని నీళ్ళు తాగలేక సార్, రోడ్ పాయింట్లో ఉన్న పొద్దు నీళ్ళు తాగాలనిపించింది సార్. ఆ కష్టంలో
Even he don't have a water to buy, he drank water from
Drainage water.
He walked and he preached the gospel and he came.
ఆ రాత్రి నడిచి వెళ్ళాక విశ్వాసులు అందరూ తలుపులేసి రాత్రి ఇంకా సార్ పడుకున్నప్పుడు పొలాల్లో నీరు తాగి పడుకున్నారు.
That night
He walked by 40 miles. He went to the village. He was sleeping in one believer's house. They didn't give the food. He just drank some water and he just went to sleep.
because believers don't have food to give to him. So like so many tribal people groups, still there are so many people groups not yet reached. So these are the people going different tribal and very hard. Lot of persecution. Sometimes they beat them. Sometimes they hate them. They won't give anything. But Cedarbrook is helping now and then. But they are expecting every month. They want us to support. But prayerfully, Cedarbrook pastors and all the leaders prayerfully have a plan. And we will, if you support, they can preach more areas the gospel.
నా కోయి ప్రజలేమో ఏసే దగ్గర రావాలని సార్, ఏసే దగ్గర రావాలని ఆ విధంగా ప్రయాసం, వాళ్ళకి కట్టుకున్న బట్టలు ఉండదు, తిండి ఉండదు. మాకు పువ్వు అంటే అన్నం అంటే వారానికి 2 వారాలు తినే అనుభవం కూడా లేదు. చూడి అంబలు, టంకంబలు అవి తాగడం తప్ప, కందులు ఇవి తినడం తప్ప, అన్నం 2 ముద్దలు తినే అనుభవం మాకు లేదు.
So they eat only twice a week the rice because they don't get the rice. Because the rice is a main meal for the Indians which they don't get.
So
you know the mangoes, we eat the mangoes. There is a seed inside. They break the seed, they take something from inside, they dry in the sun, make a powder of that and make a soup of that. They have that every day. That is their meal. Only they have a little rice twice a week. He's saying that.
Liquid food. That's the liquid soup.
Like soup.
That the seeds they will make
Ganjila.
a soup and they drink.
Yes.
Once in a week, twice they eat some rice.
12 సంవత్సరాల కాసు చాలా ఏడ్చిన అనుభవాలు కంటిన్యూగా అలా చేసి పశువులు కాపరిగా ఉండి, ప్రభు మరి సావులో వస్తాను కానీ నా ఇంట్లో సమృద్ధి ఉండాలని దేవునితో ఒప్పందాలు చేసిన రోజులు ఉన్నాయి సార్.
ఎన్ని గ్రామాలు తిరుగుతావు?
ఇప్పుడు మీ దగ్గర మేము పరిచయం వచ్చాం సార్. ఒక గ్రామంతో వచ్చాము, ఆ తర్వాత 4 గ్రామాలు, ఇప్పుడు 7 గ్రామాలు పరిచయం.
7 villages is it. He came along with this man. So when he came along with him, so he got a training, and now he is preaching in the 7 villages.
7 villages.
చాలా అనుభవాలు ఉన్నాయి సార్.
చెప్పండి.
వాగులన్నీ ఒకరోజు చనిపోతుంటాం సార్, వాగుకి సేవకి వెళ్ళి గట్టి ఒట్టిన మధ్య గడ్డ దగ్గర కురుకెళ్ళిపోయాం, కానీ వాగు అలా దాటాం.
So once, because they stay in a valley, so there was a thunder and the stones from the mountain rolled and come down on the valley. So he was a pastor there. He told all the village people, don't worry, our God will not slumber nor sleep. He will protect us. He was saying about Jesus. And the people are crying, screaming, we are going to die. We are going to die. And he just stood up and said, no, we're not going to die. Our God will give the life to us. When the stones are rolling down, big stones are rolling down from the mountain, don't know on which house it's going to fall down. But he said God will protect us. The whole night there was a heavy rain. And one lady from that area, she said she was worshipping an animal. She said, if this animal is alive till tomorrow morning, my God is great. But he said, no, the Jesus who died and rose again, he is alive. He gave us a life. So the next day morning, that animal died. So the lady said, your God is great God. And he said, Jesus is a true God.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Put yourself.